All right, it's 8 a.m. and it doesn't quite look like it. We have entered into our dark season. We're going on a trip today. We're dropping off some snacks and feeding the chickens. Yesterday was kind of special. It was the first night we actually got sub-zero temperatures, and it's warmed up now. We're gonna turn on the diesel heater for the chickens for the day and then head out. 25 degrees.
Late start this morning, but we're gonna put some fuel in the truck because she's not gonna go anywhere without it. And we are heading to the town of North Pole. Not only are we gonna return this big heavy scissor lift we got on the trailer, I've also got a couple totes on there. I believe they're called IBC totes. I've cut off the top and we're gonna be storing our coal in that. North Pole is the place that we found that we can source this coal, so we're gonna go see if we can pick some up today.
Well, it's snowing out a little bit. We were trying to beat the storm. There's a snowstorm coming in tonight and all day tomorrow, but it looks like maybe it's coming in early. And we actually did this drive probably about a week ago. It was also some inclement weather, but we've got our studded tires on and Eric's driving and it's daylight, so those are positives. What temperature is it?
16.
16 degrees? It's windy.
We gotta go weigh the truck and then get filled up and then weigh again. Get between the cones and they'll give us a green light when we pull off. How much do you think we weigh?
What loads you?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, what loads you?
Loader, she said it's gonna come out here. That's probably his buck right there. Well, here we are. They're gonna find a smaller tractor to get us loaded up since we're just doing these totes and the opening's kind of small. They offer two different types of coal here. They have lump, which is big chunks, and then they have something that they refer to as stoker coal, I believe, which is some smaller stuff. We are not familiar with burning coal at all. I don't even think I've really ever held a piece, but you've got some big chunks right here. And it's like rock almost. We're gonna try to see if we can get a little bit of the stoker, a little bit of the lump. That way when we burn it, we can see which one we prefer. And we're gonna try to get 2 tons. So we're gonna see if we can fit a ton in each one of the totes. That's 4,000 pounds total. I believe the cost here is 140 to 150 a ton. And they say that a ton of coal equals 1.5 cords of wood. And wood in our area, if you have to go out and buy it from someone, like have it delivered, it's not cheap. I think it would probably average like $350. So see how coal does for us. It's like petrified wood or obsidian.
It's lumpy.
Lump coal. Yeah.
That's the small stuff over there. You want to look at it?
Yeah. That's stoker. That's not as small as I thought it was gonna be. I bet you will prefer this. Awesome. We'll see how much this all weighs at the end. When we drive out of here, they're going to weigh the truck, and we've got a bunch more errands to run around the area, and then we're heading back to the cabin. Oh, there's our weight over there.
Oh, you see it?
Whoa. 14,140. It was 1.5 tons of coal for $213. So 3,000 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Of coal. All right.
All right, we made it back the other day. We've got the truck and the trailer pulled in the shop with the coal. It was gonna snow, so it did snow all day yesterday, and it's still snowing a little bit right now. This is a pretty good amount of snow for us. We don't get that much where we live, maybe a little over 4 feet in a season. But it is dry, fluffy snow. It's awesome. It came a little bit late this year. We had a few little like dustings, and then about a week and a half ago, we got 6 inches. We got a few more inches. And then last night, it seems like we have another 6 inches. So we've got to do grooming. That's how we deal with our snow where we're at. It works really well for us. There's not a lot of resistance. You know, we're not pushing and blowing it or plowing it. We're just kind of riding right over it, and it's really fun. We use the 𝐒𝐢𝐬𝐸 to do that typically. Eric will have a trailer in the back that we're gonna be setting up today with some logs. That packs everything down super nice. Usually it's him who does the grooming, not me, but every once in a while I'll do it, and today we're gonna be doing it together. All in all, this is just really exciting because now we pretty much went from no snow to a super nice base for snow machine season. I know.
Enough. Unless we gotta pull out too if we need to use it.
It'd be nice to have a groomer on this much snow, huh?
Yeah,
We don't usually get that much though.
that looks good. Yeah. Like 6 inches of fresh snow.
job.
Okay, it's gonna come down, right?
Just chuck it right here. Ooh, right by my coffee.
Honey, I need you to hold the ladder. What if I went?
I'm holding the ladder, man.
Climb up a little.
I think we dented it. Oh well.
Okay, right? Because I'm gonna try to.
Come on back, baby.
It's so slow. We thought it was slippery that day in the rain.
No, it's slippery. Those are new panels, and the ice is.
All right, now I can put this ladder away. It's still snowing on us, but for now we've got all the snow packed down. It looks pretty good. And our new stove that we installed this year, recently I've been having a little issue with smoke coming out into the cabin when I open the door. I'm doing everything you're supposed to do, but we're still getting a little bit of smoke, so I'm gonna remove the chimney cap in hopes that it gives us a little bit better draft, and we'll see what happens. But let's head to the 𝐒𝐢𝐻𝐸 shop. We're gonna try out the coal stove.
It's still not completely organized in here. I imagine it will take Eric and I years to get this place inside here how we want it. But the truck and the trailer fits just like we planned, specifically for trips. You know, if you're like packing and you want to head out the next day and you know, you don't want snow on all your stuff. Or if we come back from Fairbanks with supplies, and same thing. If we knew it was gonna snow, we could pull it in here. We don't have to worry about snow getting on it. And then Eric always wants to have the tractor in here. I know he wants to take the backhoe off, and in general right now, he's trying not to like crowd it out because we're still working on so much in here. The lights have been awesome. The stove's been awesome. We're just doing more and more to get this place kind of wrapped up in here.
Pretty excited to try this coal out. I've been waiting a while to do it. This is our stove. It is a DS stove. It burns coal or wood. We've been burning wood in it since we started heating the shop, maybe like a month ago. And we've been using these sawmill slabs right here. We've actually been using these in the cabin too. We haven't even switched to our regular wood because we have so much of this, and it burns pretty good. I mean, this thing cooks. It gets really hot and it heats up this shop, no problem with the wood. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the coal does though. That being said, I haven't cleaned it out. There's a ton of ash in there, and then there's a plate that you put in when you're burning wood. We're gonna remove that also. Shoot, this thing's still hot from last night. Feel that.
When did you light it? When did you light it? Oh yeah, it's really hot.
Wait. What was yesterday? It's crazy. Yeah, this thing burns pretty good once you got a lot of ash in there. So that's what you put in when you burn wood. Little metal plate. Like that. We've started our fire with kindling and some pieces of wood. We've got it pretty hot in there. Yeah, we've got some nice coals going at the bottom, and now we're gonna start adding our coal. We're gonna try this stoker coal first, which is about that size. Maybe some are a little bit bigger like that, and we're just gonna put a little bit in, a nice layer, and we're gonna shut it again, let it get nice and red hot, and then we're gonna just keep adding coal. I believe we can fill to this door right here, and that's a lot of coal to fit in there. Let's see how she burns. Okay, let's shut it down. Let's leave it on high. Let's go make some coffee. It's been roughly 25 minutes. It looks like the coal is starting to burn. This sucker is putting off some major heat. Smoking out the front a little. We're gonna dump the rest of this coal in there and some more. So far, this is what, 5 gallons of coal? It's getting warm in here already. A little bit about the coal. So it's mined here in Alaska at a mine called 𝐒𝐢𝐻𝐸 mine. They're in 𝐒𝐢𝐬𝐬, and it's a huge coal mine up there that gets trucked down to North Pole where we picked it up, and it's called subbituminous coal. So it's not the best coal you can get. They classify it as a soft coal, but it's what we have here in Alaska, and they actually estimate the age of it extremely old. Anywhere from 10 to 50 million years old is this coal we're burning right now. And going back to the different sizes of coal we got, so we got the lump coal, which is the big one, and we got the stoker coal, which is the small one. We're burning the small stuff right now. And what I've been told is the smaller stuff, you're gonna be able to fit more in here, and it's gonna give you a more consistent, nice heat, because there's not gonna be a lot of air gaps in there. The lump coal, the big stuff, when you put that in there, you're gonna have less in there, but there's gonna be more air circulation, so you're gonna get a higher heat. But we won't know until we have some experience burning this stove with the coal. I can tell you right now, it is getting hot. We bought a little digital thermometer, or an infrared thermometer, I think they're called. Let's see how hot it is right now. 444 degrees. I don't really know what we get when we burn wood. Probably somewhere around there. And then the chimney pipe is 290 degrees right here. And then up top at the double wall, it's only 80 degrees. So we'll see how hot this thing gets. For fun, let's show you the seed room. We're having to have to come up with some ideas out here because our brick wall is getting extremely cold. Right now it is, well, it's 41 right there. It's not bad, but the corner, there's a bunch of frost. So pretty cold out here. We have some ideas on what we're gonna do to try to combat the cold, and we're gonna get the truck pulled out. We're gonna get everything organized or reorganized because we have another project we're working on in the meantime. We're killing some time here. We gotta let some things heat up before we get back to work, but we are putting in our dimmable switches. These are made by 𝐒𝐢𝐻𝐸, and when we put the lights in the shop, we ran this small 18 gauge wire so we could use the dimming feature. We got that side done. Let me finish this one up, and we're gonna go turn them on and we'll dim them down. We're interested to see how much difference it is in the amount of power that the lights are gonna use. Okay, those are on towards me.
No, I turned them off.
Okay, that's full power going to the lights. We're at 15, so we're drawing 1,200 watts, let's say.
That's about what the math was, 1270 or something, when we did it in her.
Yeah, it was 1280 or something like that.
1280.
So let's turn this side all the way low. Oh, that's nice. Oh, whoa, what's happening there? Those ones are going.
They're tripping. Did you hear the breaker or something?
That was the fire. For some reason. Oh, hold on a second. See how those two aren't dimming at the end?
We got a loose wire in there or something?
Yeah, unfortunately we have a loose wire.
John.
Not everything every day can go our way, babe, okay? Just put them on high for now. And then when we're done, we'll get the ladder or whatever, and we'll go up there and see if we can find where the wire came disconnected. Well, up next, we're gonna make something here. It's gonna hopefully save us some money and time. We're gonna be able to fuel up our own pieces of equipment. We have a fuel tank that goes to the boiler and the generator in here. And then over at the cabin, we also have a couple of 55-gallon drums, and those hold heating oil that run into our cabin, and we have a little Toyo stove. We can use that if we're gonna leave overnight or something. That way we don't have to worry about the cabin freezing. The one I picked up is a cheap Viver brand fuel pump, and it's a 12-volt pump, so it's going to use these alligator clips to hook to a battery to power it, and I think it's a 15 gallon per minute, which is pretty good. We're going to use this tote here, and instead of going to the top to get the fuel, we're actually going to hook to the little nozzle down on the bottom. This whole project, we don't have a lot of money into it. These totes we bought a while back. I think we paid $50 each for them, and these ones are in good, clean condition. This pump on Amazon, they're like $150. A couple little fittings here we got from the Home Depot. Let's see if we can get her together, and maybe we'll even have time to put some fuel in her tonight. All right, so we need to connect. So this hose needs to connect to here. So we're gonna use this. This one's gonna go here. 790 degrees is what I'm getting when I'm hitting the glass right there. This thing is cooking. I'm actually having a little trouble standing so close to it. It's been burning really well. I think the thing with a coal fire is when you first get it started, it takes a little more to get coal burning than it does wood. But once it's going, we can just toss the coal on there and we'll keep this fire going inside the stove. We had the door in the shop open for a while, so I cranked this thing back up to high to get it heated up in here. But let's open it up and let's see what the coals are looking like. Okay, let's open this. Need my gloves. Yeah, they're still not burned on top. They're all on the bottom. You can see it's too hot for the thermometer. That means it's over 1,000 degrees in there. So I'm gonna turn this down on low, actually. Let's turn that on low, and let's turn the damper on.
Have you checked behind the thing with the coal running?
So right here on top is 420 degrees. Right here on the wall.
I meant the wall, because I didn't know if the coal burns a lot hotter.
It's just warm to the touch, but it's
a little warm.
106 degrees. 97. Whoa, 300 degrees on the pipe right there. It's cooking. I'm liking it so far. It seems like it's burning really slowly in there, and we can put a lot of coal in there. How much do you think, Arielle?
20 gallons.
20 gallons, 5 or 4 of those 5-gallon buckets full. I think we can even fit some more in there, but we're gonna let this burn. We're gonna load up the tote. It's still early enough. We're gonna go see if we can get some heating oil. Come on. Look how wide it is. Heck yeah, I like it.
You groomed it really wide, Dad.
Today we're going to be filling up the tank with heating oil. It's very similar to diesel fuel, and I've talked to this fueling station before, and it's impressive. Heating oil and their diesel fuel in the winter goes down, or it won't start gelling until 63 degrees below zero, which is just insane. So it's $3.65 a gallon right now. We're going to put 110 gallons in our tank because that's what we can legally haul. See how fast she fills, right? $175, $175. Okay, let's hit it. They're under there somewhere. Okay. That's on. Negative.
Oh, yeah, it's going. A little leak right here, high.
Where? What's that coming out of there?
It's probably pink.
It's going now. See it?
Yeah. Hour-long process, huh?
Yeah, it's taking way too long. Yeah. That'll last years, probably.
Years?
Well, we don't use it that much.
No, we don't.
We only use it when we leave, right?
So you're gonna not even bother with the next one. Sign off for the time.
restocking the house with some firewood real quick since that took so long to fill up one of our tanks out there. So we've got two 55-gallon drums at the house. I was just filling up one. The other one was already full. With that pump being a 15-gallon per minute pump, it should have taken like 4-5 minutes to fill that up. It took about a half an hour. The pump's leaking just a little bit, which isn't good, and it's just not giving me a good flow. It almost feels like it's in the nozzle for some reason. So I'm gonna call it quits for the night. I've got that one filled up. I have some left over in the tank that we're gonna put in the one over at the shop, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I think I might try to remove the nozzle and just stick the hose straight in there, see if that makes a difference. Unfortunately, sometimes when you go cheap, you get what you pay for. We're gonna get the tractor put back in the shop, get things cleaned up. We're heading inside. Oh, come on. There we go. Beautiful, see? Okay. Open it slow. I don't think it's smoking at all. It's all staying in there.
I don't really know.
Yeah, it's not smoking. Isn't that amazing? Just taking off the chimney cap.
We're making dinner, but first we are starting on dessert, and in spirit of these gorgeous Meyer lemons, my aunt has a tree. My mom shipped them to me. We're gonna make a lemon bundt cake. I made this probably a month ago, and it was fantastic. So I'm gonna start with some butter, and instead of using a whole stick, I'm just using a little bit of coconut oil because I like the way that it tastes. And then we're gonna mix 6 eggs, probably close to 2 cups of sugar in here. We're gonna see just by a taste test. And we're gonna be adding the lemon juice to here. We're gonna add lemon zest later. And I have a cup or about 1.25 cups of some kefir yogurt. If you don't have that, I think sour cream is the dairy that usually makes this cake very moist. Sadly, the chickens are starting to lay a little bit less, but I have enough for today. I usually make all our batters and doughs by hand, but we do have this food processor, and I tried that last time, and it made a pretty big difference in the consistency of the cake. Those lemons are fantastic. They're, I find, a lot better in something rather than fresh because they're really intense if you just like squeeze them over something or put them in your tea. Why did I strain the yogurt? That's a good question. We added about 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt and baking soda. I'm gonna put a little splash of vanilla in there. Lemon zest is in there, and we're gonna get the flour in there now. Eric got our bundt pan ready, and this is gonna go in the oven. I don't remember how long it took last time, but it is like a lower, slower thing. You cook it at 325, and we'll just pull it out when it's actually done in the center. Bundt cake is done, and I put a frosting on it with powdered sugar. It's wild huckleberries and blueberries, and then some of the Meyer lemon juice.